Hi there. I hope you're finding lots of positives out of this tricky situation we're facing. As I've spoken to folk over the recent weeks, a number are telling me that there are positives, opportunity to reconnect with perhaps with people we've lost contact with, opportunity to do things around the house or in the garden that have long wanted doing, but we've never really found the time. So many gardens are looking as good as they have done for a long time. Many houses are looking as clean and tidy as they have done for a long time. Painting is getting done. Uh, the craft work's getting done that people long to do. So there are positives in this situation. Though, of course, we have to say that many people are suffering in lots of different ways. And one of the aspects of what's happening right now that really tugs at my heartstrings is when people find that their loved ones are taken into hospital, perhaps with COVID-19 or some other serious disease or illness, and for whatever reason they're not allowed to go and sit with their loved ones, perhaps during their last hours, maybe because of shortage of protective equipment or just the need to safeguard other staff and patients in the hospital. But it's happening, and that must be awful. Some of you know that three or 4 weeks ago, Sue's Aunt Joan, who was 96, was taken ill into hospital. We went to visit her, and as I've told you before, I had the opportunity to pray with her, and I think that was something that brought her great comfort. In the early hours of the following morning, we were rung up from the hospital to say that they thought that Aunt Joan was in her last few minutes or perhaps a little bit longer. So we went in to hospital. It was dark. The benefit of going at that time is that nobody else is around the car park. There's plenty of space. We went to Aunt Joan's ward, put on our protective gear. There seemed to be plenty of it at that time. And she wasn't conscious, but we spoke to her, and it's often said that hearing may be the last sense that goes. So we don't know whether she heard us, but hopefully she knew that we were there. So we sat quietly with her, and she slipped away. In fact, it was so peaceful that we didn't actually know really when it happened, but the nurse came and confirmed that she had died. Now, death is a strange thing. It separates us, at least temporarily, from our loved ones. And I'm reminded, as I was doing a bit of sorting out yesterday, of the well-known story of John Wesley on his deathbed. John Wesley was in his 80s. He'd spent many, many years travelling up and down the country preaching the gospel. He was often vilified. He was attacked. He was barred from many churches because they didn't like his gospel. But he stuck faithfully to God's service. And I read only yesterday an account of someone who was there present on John Wesley's deathbed when he passed from this life to the next. And I want to read to you what this lady wrote. Her name was Bestie Ritchie. Some of those who were most used to hear our dear father's dying voice, that's John Wesley, would be able to interpret his meaning. But though he strove to speak, we were still unsuccessful. Finding we could not understand what he said, he paused a little, and then with all the remaining strength he had, cried out, "The best of all is, God is with us." And then, as if to assert the faithfulness of our promise-keeping Jehovah and comfort the hearts of his weeping friends, lifting up his dying arm in token of victory and raising his feeble voice with a holy triumph not to be expressed, again repeated the heart-reviving words, "The best of all is, God is with us." And yesterday I came across a plate that I have hung up in my office. And if you can see that, it's an image of John Wesley with those famous words, apparently the last words he ever spoke. The best of all is, God is with us. So this was an old plate, probably late 19th century, in commemoration of Wesley and those, as the lady says, heart-reviving words. And that reminds us that whatever we face in life, whatever troubles we experience, whatever pain we go through, whatever sorrow afflicts us, we know that God is with us. Jesus promised his disciples just before he left them, I will be with you always to the end of the age. So God bless you today, and may you have that promise in your heart that through Jesus Christ we can know God is with us. Hallelujah.